Donald Trump's aide, who's given out a stunning remark with regards to the Ukraine war. He's labeled the Ukraine conflict as Modi's war. Statement coming in from the United States of America. India-Russia oil trade is now burdening the US taxpayers. India must stop buying oil from Russia. 25% tariff relief will be given to India if India stops buying oil from Russia. Big statement coming in from the United States of America. The crucial part is that some in the US are now labeling the Russia-Ukraine conflict as Prime Minister Modi's war. My colleague Rohit Sharma is now joining me from Washington, DC. Rohit, what are you hearing in the United States of America? Do you believe this tug of war will continue? India very clearly has said that the need of the hour is for them to be buying oil from Russia. It's not as if India is not buying oil from the United States of America. But now these kind of statements labeling the Russia-Ukraine war as Prime Minister Modi's war.
Well, look, we see one statement in the morning, that's my morning here in Washington, D.C., where one Trump, closest advisor, I would say, Kevin Hassett, goes on and talks about that in the end, he believes that it will happen. The trade deal will happen in the end. And, he mocks the Indian rupee and he says things about frustrations with the Indian side not being able to get a trade deal done. And remember, this is true. I mean, India was one of the first countries that wanted to get a trade deal done way back in March. And every 2 weeks after that, we used to hear the fact that, there could be a trade deal soon. So essentially, there is one faction that believes that, yes, eventually a trade deal can take place and will happen. And the other one, and in this case, Peter Navarro goes on, American news channel and talks about how India is funding this war, which President Trump wants desperately to end. And that calls it Modi's war, which is, again, not a diplomatic tone that he would use to pick a partner or an ally. So it is very confusing. But most people do believe that, yes, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. The relationship is too important. They want to be able to succeed in making this trade deal happen, which will benefit both the nations. But the rhetoric is actually alarming. And we've never seen somebody anywhere in the world, call the Russia-Ukraine war as Modi's war. And in fact, putting the onus on India to end this war so that they could take off the additional 25% tariff. So it's kind of misplaced. And I think that's what I think most people are struggling with, trying to understand if India has red lines on certain sectors, and if President Trump has, wants India to stop buying oil from Russia, how would this all end, right? And it doesn't add up.